Hey guys, Mr. Tank here, and we're here with another matchup video. Some people requested that I go into depth into these videos about the matchup, like I did before in my previous videos, before like when I first started YouTube. So what I'm going to try and do is give an insight of objectives to focus on, and what to do in the laning phase, and then what to do when it gets out the laning phase. But before I get to that, be sure to check out my stream. I'll be releasing 2 videos this week. And also my stream's doing really well. I got my first 3 subs, first sub ever, and 2 other subs in the same stream, so it's motivated me to do a bit more. So let's just get started, just jump straight into it. Before I start this, before I talk about this particular game and matchup itself, don't take all GPs as the same. They all have different playstyles. Some will be better, some will be worse. This specific GP, he wasn't bad. He was actually a pretty decent player. You know, he's got 53% win rate in 43 games, which is positive. His average KDA is 336.1, which is the KDA. So it's actually pretty good. 226 average CS per game. It's not bad. But on that note, some GPs play differently. Like this GP, you know, he Q'd me a lot. Other GPs will just be passive, and they will just look to farm. Sorry for that. So you want so let's just get into the early laning phase. What you want to do up to like level 6. So you want to take trades and try and get GP to drain his mana, waste his mana by Qing you, W you. Like that's what you want to do, because you are sustained with your W, and when he has no mana, you're stronger than him. It's very similar to if you're playing Vladimir versus GP as well. Vlad looks for early trades and just Qs him all the time, so he gets health back, and then just out-sustains him, because GP can, if you take Q for Q, he's losing mana, Vladimir's using nothing. Right? So that's how you want to play the matchup. But obviously you're a bit different, because 1, you're a melee champion, and 2, you're not. You're Aatrox, you're not Vladimir. So the way I play this matchup is, what I do is, obviously, whenever I take a Q hit, I try and get it back with my healing. I charge up my passive stacks, and when I get to 4, I just all in him. Try and get him to burn W, and then as soon as he does that, and I'm happy with the damage I've done, I walk away. Back to farming. Carry on sustaining up, getting those stacks again, and doing that over and over. And obviously, make sure the jungler's not around. Be very careful when you're doing this, because it's quite aggro, but it works. So this is the type of trade you want to take, because you want him to burn his mana, and as soon as he burns his mana, you could probably kill him or burn a flash, because you want to have the W you're looking for. So one of the small things to look for when you're taking trades is making sure he has used his passive auto for true damage fire resources. It's a very minute thing. You don't have to, but obviously when you're taking a trade, it'll be in your favor if you don't have that. That's one of the small things to look at. When fighting GP, this goes for early in the main phase and later in the game, always try and hit the barrels. The barrels is what gives GP a very big advantage. Like if you go for a trade, for example, you go in for a Q, you miss a Q, he barrels, he autos you, he Qs the barrel, he runs at like whatever speed, does a bit of a zigzag, Qs you again, you've lost half your HP, and you probably got like 1 auto on him. So it's not very great. So whenever you can, try and hit the barrels, because that's what gives him a big advantage. It gives him extra damage on you, slow on you, and movement speed on for himself, which is pretty big. So if you hit the damage and then you carry on hitting him, it's great. That's what you want to do. If you get 6 before him in lane, zone him away from the minions 100%. You want to just zone him as hard, and if you're next to his tower and you know he's not going to get 6 in the next like couple of minions, you can probably dive him as well. Don't be too scared about diving people as Aatrox, especially if they're melee, because if they try and kite you around the tower, you have an extra 225 range on your autos. So you have like 375 range, so you can just auto them over the tower. So you can like click on them, put your hands behind your back, and just watch your champion kill them, and then you either, you know, walk away if you kill them quick enough, or you lose your passive, worst case scenario. Oh, well, you flash as well after you come out from your passive. But it's really big if you get your 6 before he does, because you have a huge advantage over him. So obviously when you're diving, make sure there's no junglers not around, and he's not going to get 6 anytime soon, and make sure you auto those barrels if you're diving, or you know, in any case. Also, when you're taking trades, don't just blindly listen to what I said and queue in every single time you've got full stacks. Try and make sure there's not too many minions on his side, because you don't want to take too much minion damage from him. That's a big thing in every matchup. When you're taking trades, you don't want to jump into someone else's minions. I think low elo don't realize how much damage minions actually do, but for higher elo people, I'm sure that was self-explanatory. But gotta say it just in case. So let's talk about the reason why GP is so good. So Aatrox said the only great soloQ top laner right now is GP. If you want OP.GG, GP is actually the only top tier like top laner right now. And the reason is because his ult impact and he outscales hugely. So these are the two positives about GP which make him such a great top laner. So we use the opposite of those and try and negate what those are to become better than what he brings. So the first thing being he outscales. Pretty simple, kill him as much early. Early is your advantage, especially as Aatrox. Coordinate with your jungler to gank him. If it's a tank jungler, try and get. You can even dive him. That you could even tank if you have to with your passive. Just go for the dive with your jungler. If obviously if you have a carry, then you have to tank. But if you have a tank, you don't have to. They can tank, but you can tank also. But yeah, try and coordinate with jungler as much as possible. Make sure you communicate with the team whenever he's 6. Tell your team he's 6. Try and get some TP plays. So yeah, that comes to bring me his positive thing he brings to the game is his ult. So that's basically sitting top and having impact on the map. So what you want to try and do is hold your TP and make that same impact with your TP and make it even twice as better. His ult might burn a couple of subs on the enemy team. Your TP, you want to burn the subs and kill them, and take a tower and take dragon. That's what you're looking for. You want to make those active TP plays to negate what GP brings to the team. He does outscale you, like I said, but you can still kill him late game. Don't get me wrong. Mid to late game, you can still kill him if you play it well and you hit the barrels. And I tend to go pork for the double slow, so I'm all in him, use pork. He puts his barrels up, he takes the orange, you click E. You hit the barrel, you carry on auto. If he flashes, you flash after him, and you tend to kill him. But obviously after you get like Star Axe and stuff like that, it'll be a bit harder. But I wouldn't say it's not doable. You could probably build a bit more DPS and maybe just about do it, but you want to play it really well. But yeah, that's pretty much like the gist of the matchup. So I'll just go a quick rundown. So early game, pre-6, you're looking to get stacks and all in him and burn mana. And try and burn subs. Don't fight in big Winian waves, and whenever he Qs you, heal with W, and then when you get stacks, all in him. And when you feel like you've done enough damage, just use the W, back out. Then when it comes to mid game, make sure you focus barrels in fights, and try and make TP plays early to mid game to sort of outmatch his, or match his ult. And on top of that, when you're playing in team fights late game, definitely try and hit his barrels. But more or less the laning phase is pretty simple. Out sustain, drain his mana, all in. Make TP plays when you can. Obviously good things to look for when you're making TP plays. Pushing lane, making sure you go for a good ward. You don't have to TP bot, you can TP mid if your mid lane's getting ganked and they overextend, TP mid. And try and dive him. Dive him if you can pre-6 with the jungler, because your Aatrox you got passive. Alright, that's pretty much the gist of the matchup. Hope you guys enjoyed that quick breakdown, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the
We are high, I'm in love. We are high, small town American life. We are fine, feeling grown up, and I'm in love, and I'm crashing in your arms. Little light in the sky tonight. East side is a paradise with you. Don't worry, baby, don't you cry. As long as we keep getting high, keep burning like we're never gonna die. Fire, baby, love. Fire, baby, love. We are
is temporary. Victory is forever.
Baby wanna get in this class. Mama, she just wanna go fast. So come hop in that, ooh, what do you
Hesitation is death.
I'm the shit, I'm farting. I don't know how to party. Pull up in a ride.